Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having a Scorpio Sun and an Aries Ascendant in a natal chart. Now, these signs are in conflict because they are in conjunct by sign. Sun in Scorpio, Scorpio is a feminine sign, while Aries is masculine. Scorpio can be rather secretive, mysterious, and is reluctant to really talk that much about themselves. But Aries is masculine, is extroverted. This will make this Scorpio Sun person more gregarious, more sociable, and more outgoing than the typical Scorpio, and less skeptical and more about action rather than planning something and cautiously going about a situation or a course of action towards something. This can make this Sun and Scorpio a little bit more impatient. Both of these signs, what they have in common is that they're both ruled by Mars. So this type may be a little bit acerbic, can also be it could be a very sexual combination because Mars is about sex. And when you have this combination, uh, this could be, I'm not gonna say like real volatile or anything like that, but I mean this could be a type that can have certain as far as provocation goes, maybe it can be somewhat easily offended or provoked, and especially having the Aries ascendant. And Aries rising will give this person, this Scorpio Sun, being a lot more forthright and outspoken if something bothers them. Scorpio Sun may be the type that won't necessarily say right away if something's bothering them and let it kind of maybe build up a little, I think. But Aries rising will let them know right away if something is on their mind. It is something that you said may have offended him or her, I would say, more so than the typical Sun in Scorpio. Now, the Sun in Scorpio can represent our basic wants. The Sun represents our basic wants, and the rising sign or ascendant can represent the manner or method in which one attains these basic wants. Now, the Scorpio Sun basic wants can be connected with control, with power, digging deep, finding secrets, getting to the bottom of things, even solving mysteries, conundrums, and things connected with transformation as well, and making big changes. And sex is a strong basic one for Scorpio. I understand sex can figure prominently in all zodiac signs' life, but it's a little more pronounced on average with Scorpio. And having an Aries ascendant, as far as anything connected with like finding a sexual partner, this person will be less skeptical and will be more aggressive and assertive. It will could show a lot of Aries rising aggressiveness and assertiveness and finding this right sexual partner. But the danger is Aries rising can make them impatient as well, and maybe give up quicker than the average person due to the impatience, and then have to go out and go on the quest to find someone else that would be more compatible or suitable in his or her mind for them. Now, these things, the things that I described will be done, as far as the basic ones, can be done with a lot of Aries forcefulness, aggressiveness, assertiveness, but as I stated before, a lot of courage and fortitude. And it also, these basic wants may be attained through an Aries like profession. It could be something connected with sports, competition. This could be somebody that perhaps through they can find, as far as, for example, solving mysteries. Maybe this person can be like an arson investigator, because Aries can be very good. Aries rising, especially maybe at fire occupations that are associated with fire. So it may be something like an arson investigator, forensic fire investigator. Could be something ideal. A lead detective, somebody that brings that Scorpio Sun ability for investigation, but maybe be like the head or the leader. As far as this goes, maybe their transformation can come through an Aries-like profession. Could be entrepreneurship. It could be something, like I stated, with some of the competition sports, something connected with metals. This could be a wide divergence of things. It could be welding. It could be working construction. It could be something where they're anything that's metal related, basically. So anyway, and it could be someone that brings a Scorpio-like interest and gives it that Aries rising spin on it, like astrology, occult, supernatural matters can be strongly connected with Scorpio. But this person that had with the Aries rising may go about this in a very forceful way and very aggressive and assertive in trying to attain those Scorpio-like like things. So anyway. The first thing, what you want to look at is look at the aspect that's made between the Sun and Scorpio and the Aries Ascendant. Now, they are in conjunct by sign. Now, if you have the in conjunct aspect, this could intensify this a little. Let's say you have the Scorpio Sun at 12 degrees, the Aries Ascendant at 14 degrees. That is adverse. It's an in conjunct aspect. And even if the person is not cognizant of his or her astrological placements, it could indicate perhaps maybe some feelings of being misconstrued or misunderstood, because what is being projected in the outer demeanor, which is the ascendant, may be strongly different than what is going on inside, and which could cause some inner feelings of exasperation and tension. And the same could be true if you have an out of sign opposition. Let's say, for example, if you have the Scorpio Sun at 1 degree and the Aries Ascendant at 29 degrees, that is adverse and adversarial as well. And that could indicate that you would have similarly to the in conjunct, you could have that tension and exasperation build up and have, due to feelings of maybe feeling like you're misconstrued or misunderstood by others because what you're projecting outwardly is strongly different than inwardly. Now, on the positive side, in some cases, you can have an out of sign trine aspect take place, which is positive and auspicious. Let's say, for example, the Scorpio Sun is at 28 degrees and you have the Aries Ascendant at 2 degrees. That would form an out of sign trine aspect, which, even though the signs are still incompatible as far as by sign, but having that positive aspect will give a little better integration and blending of them. Now, also look to see what house that the Sun in Scorpio is posited in, because even though the Aries Ascendant may suppress these Scorpio energy to some degree, the Scorpio energy may still come out at least somewhat prominently in that particular house. Let's say that the Sun in Scorpio resides in the 7th house. Well, the 7th house is angular, and the Scorpio energy may be very more intensified in this particular house and accentuated, and this person might bring this Scorpio resourcefulness and emotional intensity in matters pertaining to their relationships and partnership situation. Also could be maybe a formidable adversary in a courtroom situation if it would happen. Now, let's say that the Sun in Scorpio is posited in the 8th house. Well, even though this is not an angular house, it would still be in the house that corresponds with Scorpio. And that could accentuate this energy to some degree as well. And this person might apply that resourcefulness, that emotional intensity, that Scorpio probing like manner, perhaps in matters connected with sex, perhaps with others' resources is another example, and even in matters connected with transformation, regeneration. Now, let's say that the Sun in Scorpio is posited in the 9th house. Well, this energy may be dissipated to some degree if it's in the 9th, because the 9th is in a cadent house, and in cadent houses, the energy of the Sun can be, in planets, I believe in general, can be weakened and diminished. But you may see some of the Scorpio energy come out in matters connected with in-laws, if applicable, higher education, and abstract thinking. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the Sun in Scorpio and an Aries Ascendant in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having a Scorpio Sun and a Taurus Ascendant in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.